Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Subject Crypto. I am your host, Ethan, and today we got some good content to go through. We're going to be talking about altcoins. We're going to be talking about the market. We're going to be talking about that's pretty much it. So, without further ado, we're going to be looking at the total market capitalization of the current situation in which we stand. So, Bitcoin sitting around in the last 24 hours down 1.15%, back below the price of $12,000. Really just playing games with our hearts, honestly, at this point. So, then we got Ethereum also down. XRP, everybody's down. Everybody's down except for some weird crypto.com coin. And Tether, of course. Because if Tether's working correctly, it shouldn't really fluctuate. But yeah, it's not really. But anyways. So yeah, we're looking pretty down in the dumps today, but that's okay because we've had a pretty good run the last couple weeks, and sometimes things like this happen. So, moving on to what we're going to talk about today, we're talking about my top 5 altcoins so far going into the next bull run. The first one is Ethereum. Surprise, surprise. But if you don't have Ethereum in your portfolio, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because Ethereum, honestly, is probably one of the most important ones out there. So many things run off of its decentralized platform, running off of the gas to keep the contracts working, and everything along those lines. And with all that being said, I mean, I feel like most of everybody's going to know what Ethereum is, and you're kind of disappointed, like, hey, I was hoping for some other kind of altcoins, but this one needs to be, without financial advice, this one needs to be in your portfolio. And going on to the chart for Ethereum, we have been doing pretty well ever since, so we had our dump from the coronavirus. It's been going back up. Honestly, I wish I would have bought more back here because it 4x'd since the bottom of the coronavirus. Very similar to the performance of Bitcoin, but a lot of them didn't make it like this. So, we're doing great, coming back up here. We've been along this support line of the previous top back in June of 2019. Looking to retest potentially. But it's probably a good time to start getting back into it if you haven't already. So, Ethereum, great. Moving on to the next one, just to keep things going. We got Stellar Lumens. Now, if you guys are Ripple fans, you can go ahead and leave. I'm just kidding. But Stellar is pretty similar in trying to tackle those same ideas. It's striving to connect global currencies throughout one digital token. I like this coin personally because anytime I transfer my coins to another place, I will seamlessly switch them into Stellar Lumens, and then I can transfer them to another wallet with fractions of the fees that I would if I used a different coin. If I just used Bitcoin, for instance, and I just transferred it into a different wallet, it would cost me so much more than if I just switched it into Stellar, moved it, switched it back into Bitcoin, if that makes sense. So that's what I have been using Stellar for in the past, and now I'm gaining a little bit of a holding to hold on to them because look at this chart. We bottomed out down here, 2 cents. What a phenomenal place to have bought in at. But now we're sitting at around 10 cents, which is when I started buying back in again. The first time I ever bought it, it was sitting around 10 cents. And that was quite a while ago. But, so, if you look at the grander scheme of things, and this is, please let me know if there's a chart that goes further back, because this coin came out in like 2015. And I could only find one that goes back to 2018, so let me know down in the comments where it's at. But look at this. We were at $1 at its peak. There's also the market cap for this coin is stellar. There's a lot of them. There's a couple billion of these coins. And that was a little bit of an alarm when I went to first invest in it. But I believe that it can still transfer. There's a lot of wealth that needs to be transferred and moved across the world. So in the future, I definitely see growth for this coin. So we were sitting at $1 when this bear market, and honestly, it didn't turn around until the coronavirus, in which we got the bottom, the nice round bottom, came up, and now we're sitting back up, looking to make some decent gains. So from an investment standpoint, it looks like a great time to start getting into a little bit of Stellar Lumens. It's also riding along this 50-day moving average, which is pretty cool as well. So yeah, that is everything I have to say about that coin. It's pretty good. It's in my portfolio. I'm satisfied with it. So maybe just take a look at it. Who knows? Could save you a lot of money in the future, and by that I mean make you a lot of money. So everybody knows, everybody's been talking Chainlink. But what is this? Why is it in a portfolio? Why do people care so much? And that's because Chainlink allows smart contracts to connect to other data sources, such as the APIs and payment systems and feeds of data. So, and they can do that securely. And this is important because now if you have a smart contract, you can get real up-to-date information. You can keep it secure and all while just operating off of Chainlink. Seems pretty neat. Seems pretty nice. And I'm pretty sure people are seeing the fundamentals in that, and it is allowing it to actually take off because it does have a use case. This coin does have a use. Looking at its chart, if it loads, we have taken off. This was an absolutely phenomenal rise at 181.22% roughly from just July. Just not even that long ago. But honestly, if we take it off from where it started, then we're at 340%, then back down 37%. Today, it might still be a good buy today, like right now, because this kind of $12 range right in here where this wick came down, that was where I was kind of looking to buy back in. But just out of curiosity, I wonder how long it was at that point. Wow. At least an hour. Sorry for these messy charts. I hope you guys can follow along still. But anyways, Chainlink definitely has a ways to go. The only concern that I would really have is that I believe this is the all-time high. Yeah, I don't think it's ever been this expensive before. So this is pretty intense. So invest at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think this has way more upside potential to go. Moving on, the next one is Tezos. Tezos has recently gained my attention because, I was sitting there just like, I buy a coin, I sit there with the same amount of that coin every day, but with Tezos, you get a staking reward, and it's paid out very frequently. It's paid out like every 3 days, every 3 to 5 days. And based on the network, it has an annual API, and it's currently sitting at, or APY of like 4%. So As the price goes up, you still get a staking reward, and that staking reward also increases. So it's a little bit of passive income on top of the passive income, and that's kind of what initially brought me into it. But what is interesting about it is it's self-amending, and what that means is that there is an on-chain government, and then people who stake the coin have a say in amending laws or protocols that are on the Tezos network, and it helps fight forks. So then there's not going to be, it's not going to fork into a bunch of different coins based off of disagreements along the network. So I thought that was pretty cool too. It is proof of stake, delegation, and those things I was first introduced to from Lisk, but Lisk didn't really kind of do it good enough. And so that it kind of brought me into Tezos. I was like, oh, it's a lot simpler. I get my rewards much easier than joining the weird delegation process of voting. But this is a lot cleaner. So Tezos, if you're looking to put some money away, you're going to earn Tezos as you go on. The price will probably increase. But today, it did not do too well, just along the lines of everybody else. It's down about 8%, but that's fine because it's a little bit cheaper. I think overall the market is gonna, this is like a healthy retracement. So take these dips, and this isn't financial advice, but take these dips and add to the portfolio. Don't get too scared. We are in an uptrend. And everybody on crypto Twitter, everybody on crypto YouTube is gonna let you know if it's not a good time to start investing. But it's just not, I don't see any alarms yet. We're still doing great. We're still in the uptrend. Nothing has really changed. And I've been in this space a long time, and I've seen a lot of crazy stuff. So hang in there. Buy low, sell high. If it goes low, don't be afraid to buy in, because that's the first half of the equation. So let's look at a little bit of history on Tezos. And of course, I don't have a lot of information on it as well, because I probably used the wrong chart. Let me try to find a real one real quick. Please don't yell at me, guys, for using the US dollar pairing and not the Bitcoin pairing, because ultimately I'm not really trying to compare these to Bitcoin. I mean, if you want me to, I can, but no. Okay. Does that give me a little bit? Nope. Okay. So anyways, all-time high was reached a few days ago, according to this chart. We got a nice, healthy retracement back down to these kind of resistance levels. Could it go down a little bit further? It might drop down to here. Might have one more day. Just settle in right in this zone here. From up here to down here. And then just keep on going. Why not? But this is definitely one that I'm going to be adding. If it goes down more, I'm going to keep adding to it, because I like the way that it works, and I feel like it has great potential going forward. So, moving on to the last one of the evening. Litecoin. Now, calm down. Everybody, it's okay. I like Litecoin. Litecoin, if you're going to hold Bitcoin, you got to hold some Litecoin. It makes sense. It's always been called the silver to Bitcoin's gold. If you're going to hold gold, you got to hold a little bit of silver. But ultimately, where I see Litecoin in the future is a way to process transactions. So like, if Bitcoin's going to become like a reserve currency, This is going to be the actual dollar that's going to be moved throughout because it's faster. The blocks are the block time is smaller. It's faster. The fees are less. It's basically a copy of Bitcoin, but optimized a little bit towards the optimized towards actually using it when in times where people are going to be heavy using cryptocurrency. So it's faster, it's cheaper, less energy usage, whatever you want to call it. It's Litecoin. Litecoin is Litecoin. It's like Bitcoin, except it's lighter. So that actually, we're going to look at a chart of it. All these charts look exactly the same. It topped out. The first time I invested in it was back in 2017, right before the craziness. I got in at about $100, so like right in here. And literally, I woke up the next morning and it was worth $200, and then the next day it was worth $300, and went all the way up to $400. I held it that whole time, and I was dumb, and I didn't do anything. I didn't sell it. Whatever, it's fine. But yeah, I definitely see it coming back up, along with Ethereum and all them other ones, just right back up, at least similarly to before, more organically than this straight line up. So now I think that's going to be a safe bet. Litecoin's going to be around. It's not going to get kicked to the side. There's a lot of people that hate it just because it's an exact copy of Bitcoin, just amended a little bit, but it's necessary. It will be necessary. People are going to spend it. I've purchased things with it. I don't think I've purchased anything with Bitcoin, but I've purchased things with Litecoin. So that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. It's going to be the money that's actually used to conduct transactions rather than just a store of personal wealth or a reserve currency for exchanges or banks or whatever have you. So, wow, been rambling on quite a while. That's going to conclude everything. I hope you guys got a lot of information. Not even a lot, just enough to get the gears turning, do a little bit of research on your own, and everything along that. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you want to keep up to date with me and my YouTube videos, you can go ahead, follow me on Twitter, Subject Crypto, just like this. And yeah, I think that's it. So thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.